Getting back to the sewage disposal, all things came to a grinding halt based on an email I received that was put out on at 12:19 this afternoon. I'll read it. Jamie, a couple of board members have called this morning asking for additional information relating to the project, including estimated cost, permit questions, etc. In speaking with Mr. Merrick, it was suggested that I cease work until the board provides further direction and budget for the project. The feeling is it is inappropriate for the town to incur additional costs without prior board approval. Please relay the message to all board members of the board on my behalf. Thank you, Chris Gianelli. Based on this email, it appears that Mr. Gianelli will not continue work, and it was of my understanding that we're to proceed. And my question is, in order to proceed, we're going to have to supply the funds to make that happen and go forward on this project. So I asked the board that we provide the funds.
I guess I'd ask if the board doesn't mind, there's no objection to combine item F into this item, as they are, I think, largely dealing with the same subject matter.
Well, let's answer Mike's question. We need to do a budget amendment, Mike.
Tonight.
You can't do it tonight, it has to be noticed.
Okay. Can we get this put on the agenda at a later date?
Is there a publication requirement, or are we okay just putting it on the agenda for a budget amendment?
Put it on for budget amendment, publication comes after the amendment, if approved.
Fair enough.
Sure. So it will be on October 24th?
You'll be done?
Yep.
Yes.
Check.
On to F, consideration and possible action to be taken by the town board about the action taken by the City Administrator Edmund Henschel in the City of Waukesha's reconsideration of waste, water, sewer, service, and water approval. Joe, this is your item. I have no idea what this is about.
We've seen the city, first Terry Deemy tabled the matter of connecting town hall. We saw them then approve it, and then we see the city administrator bringing that issue back to the city, and the language that they've used is now that this is an exception to a policy that apparently has been in place in some capacity, which is a new revelation and contrary to what city officials hear in town hall and what city officials have provided in writing of the review to be done by a case-by-case basis. It appears to me that based on the comments that are coming from Mr. Henschel and other city officials, that there's at least an 18-year policy that if any resident wants sewer and or water, annexation is not only considered, but it is required, has been the recent comments. And at the time that I asked for this item to be on the agenda, I wasn't sure if Mr. Henschel was going to bring this issue back and now require town hall to be annexed, as they had prior recommended, or what his clarification item was. And I didn't know if any members of the board had gotten or had any correspondence, which is one of the reasons that I asked for correspondence that was happening between the city and the town, specifically Mike Laska, John Merrick, and Chris Gianelli, to be provided to us so that we could get a flavor for really what's the holdup with the city. I mean, either they'll extend sewer and water to the town hall or they won't. First, Terry Deemy needs more time to act on it, then they act on it, now Ed doesn't like the wording of it, or something to that capacity was what was reported in the paper, that it was a wording issue. And I guess I'm a little in the dark, because I don't understand what the holdup is.
Are you unaware that they've approved this last night?
Well, I'm aware
Or
that
Tuesday
they
night?
reapproved it, but at the
So
time that I
it's-
asked for this item to be on the agenda, I was unaware of that, because it hadn't happened yet.
So what's your question?
I guess I'd still like to know what correspondence has gone back and forth between Ed Henschel and us, and why has it taken them so long to get what appears to be a relatively basic decision? Will they extend water and sewer to us as being part of the water and sewer service area, or wouldn't they?
Well, wait a minute, they've already answered that question.
But not when I put it on the agenda.
But they've answered it now, so why are you asking it now?
You asked me when I put this on the agenda. I'm
Well,
just telling
they've
you
answered it, why are we even talking about it? It's a done deal.
Okay, I'd like to see that.
It was approved by the
I-
common council on Tuesday evening.
I understand that, John. I do.
Well, what do you want?
As of the date that I put this on the agenda, I wanted to know what they were doing and what the correspondence has been.
What do you want tonight, Joe?
Nothing, John, we can move on.
Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn then?
Yeah, motion made.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Good evening, everybody.